Hello and welcome to one and all. So in this class, we'll continue with the industrial sector. So the previous class, we checked out what was the pattern of industrial development in our country, comparing with the what was the pattern during the British rule and what are all the changes made after the independence. Okay. So the next is the index of industrial production. Actually, this is not a very you will get only for 2 marks this question. Okay, so we need not have to go very detailed, but still. So index of industrial production, it is basically it's a statistical data. It is measuring what is the production made in the industrial sector. It's divided into the manufacturing sector. I mean, 3 broad industries in the country, comprising of the 8 core industries. So in the 8 core industries, what was the production? Okay, so that's what this index is measuring. Okay, so if you are given for 2 marks, this is the answer. So IIP, that is the index of industrial production. It measures the manufacturing activity so manufacturing activity or the industrial production or industrial production in different sectors comprising of these are the 3 main industry: mining, manufacturing, and electricity. So in these 3 sectors of the industrial sector, what is the production and what is the level of manufacturing activity in these 3 sectors? Okay, so it basically measures the industrial production for the period under review as against the reference period. So this is enough for your 2 marks, but for the explanation is, so now what is the meaning of it? Measure the industrial production for the period under review as against the reference period. See, for example, reference period is nothing but we are taking one base year period. So that is, see, suppose if I'm taking, I mean, in the index, it is taken, base year is taken as 2011-12. That is equal to 100. How we are calculating the national income at constant prices? So we are taking one base year and giving 100%. And after comparing with that, we are calculating the growth rate in the national income. So this is the reference. This base year is the reference period. Okay. And based on this base year, that is the reference period, then if you are calculating what is the industrial production of the country, say, for example, 2012-13, 2020, 22, 23. So like that, if you are calculating the industrial production as against this reference period, that is a period under review. So period, for example, if you are calculating the industrial production for 2022-23, then that is the period under review. As against the reference period is the base year. So this is, then we are calculating whether what is the growth rate, what is the production rate in the industrial sector, whether it is more than 100 or less than 100. Based on that, we will be calculating the growth rate or otherwise of the industrial sector in the country. Okay. Actually, when we are talking about that, so this is enough for the 2 marks, but then for your understanding, so there are the overall industries, the industrial manufacturing, broadly it is categorized into mining, manufacturing, and electricity. So basically, this index of industrial production takes into consideration 8 core industries. So 8 core industries are included in the manufacturing, mining, and electricity. So what is the production rate of these 8 core industries? So the manufacturing activity in these 8 core industries. So under that, the first one is the coal in crude oil, natural gas, refinery products. So these comprises of the mining industry. All these products are from the mining industry. And the next category is the fertilizers, steel, and cement. So this comprises the manufacturing industry. And the last one, the electricity. So these are all the core industries that is composed of that mining, manufacturing, and the electricity. So if you are checking the data of in India's industrial production, so the overall index of 8 core industries. So it was 131.20 in 2018-19. So base year is taken as 2011-12 is equal to 100. So that is a reference period. So this 2018-19 is the period under review. Okay. So it was found to be 131.20 in 2018-19, as against it was only 125.7 in 2017-18. So that indicates a 5.5% higher growth rate. So this is the information. This is the production of overall index of all the 8 core industries put together. Okay. So if we want the data for individually out of the 8 core industries, which industry has developed tremendously? So individually, if you are checking, first one is the cement industry. So the cement industry, it growth was tremendous. It was, in calculated in terms of percentages. So again, taking the base year as 2011-12 is the 100%. So it was 13.3% growth rate in 2018-19, but it was only 6.3% in 2017-18. So there was a tremendous growth in the cement industry, followed by coal industry. So coal industry, it was 7.4% growth rate in 2018-19 compared to only 2.6% only in 2017-18. So overall growth rate of all the 8 industries in percentage, overall growth rate of all 8 core industries in percentages. So it happens to be somewhere around 4.4% in 2018-19, and which this, apparently this seems to be, this overall percentage seems to be constant for the last 3 years. Okay, so it was 2018-19, 2017-18, and 2016-17 also. It remains to be the overall growth rate of all the 8 core industries put together. It was constant at 4.4%. So this is the statistical data of index of industrial production in our country. Okay, so anyway, you will get this only for 2 marks. Okay, and then the next main question you will get is for 10 marks, industrial backwardness. So this is again an important question for 10 marks. So what are the reasons for industrial backwardness in the country? Okay, so we all know industrial development is the sign of or the indicator of economic development. So alternatively, if there is a industrial backwardness in a country, that implies the economic backwardness of a country. Okay, so industrial development is a sign of economic development. So alternatively, industrial backwardness indicates or it is a sign of economic backwardness. We all know that, isn't it? Economic backwardness. So in order to identify the industrially backward regions in our country, see, all the regions in our country are not developed equally, isn't it? There is always regional imbalances in our country. So some of the states, some of the regions in our country are industrially well developed compared to the other regions or other states. So in order to identify the industrially backward regions in our country, the industrially backward areas or regions, the government appointed a committee known as the Pandey Committee. So the government appointed a committee known as Pandey Committee in 1968. So this committee used 6 variables to identify, based on those variables, to find out which are all the regions which are industrially backward in the country. So this committee used 6 variables to identify the industrially backward regions in our country. So the first variable is the per capita income. So for the country as a whole, how we are taking per capita income as an indicator, see, even to distinguish the developed countries and the underdeveloped countries, we are using the per capita income of different countries, isn't it? So the low per capita income, those countries fall under the category of developing or underdeveloped countries, and alternatively, the countries which are having the high per capita income, they are categorized as the developed countries. So in the same way, within the country also, the per capita income. So what is the per capita income of one state compared to the other state? Okay, so whichever state is having the high per capita income, automatically that state is considered as a developed state compared to the other states. So that is the first variable. And the second variable is, still you are breaking down to per capita income from mining and industrial sources. So first you have identified which are all the states which are having the high per capita income. And after identifying those states, whether those states are getting the per capita income, the high per capita income is from industrial sector or from any other sector, from agriculture or any other sector. So the second variable used is whether the high per capita income is arising because of the industrial sector. So what is the contribution made by the mining and other industrial sources to that per capita income? Basically, you know what is the total population that is employed in the mining and industries in that particular state, in that particular area, and what is the income generated from that. So based on the average income contributed by mining and industrial sources in that particular state, that is the second variable. And the third one is the number of workers registered in industries. So if more and more people are working in industries, registered in industries, then automatically we'll know that industries are well developed in that particular region or particular state. So number of workers registered in industries. And the next is per capita consumption of electricity in industries. So the per capita consumption of electricity in industries. So if the industries are continuously running, working, functioning, automatically the consumption of electricity will also be more. So based on that, we will know that the industry, first of all, there are more number of industries in that particular region, and also the industries are continuously functioning. Okay. Then the next indicator is the next variable used is length of surface roads in relation to population size and length of surface roads in relation to area. So this is the one of the basic infrastructural length of surface roads. It's one of the basic infrastructural needs for the development of industries in a particular area. So what is the length of surface road compared to the population size and compared to the area? Okay, so if the length of surface relation to population size, I mean, it should be like, if the more population, if the area is also bigger, then the length of surface roads should also be more. Okay, so in relation to that, this is one of the basic requirement for the development of industries. So based on these indicators, it has been found out the most backward districts in our country are found in. So based on these indicators, the most backward, I mean industrially backward, the most backward districts are found in first one, Eastern UP, not the entire East, backward districts are there in Eastern UP. Second, Assam. Third one, Western Rajasthan. Then fourth, Central region of Telangana. So for your information, 9 districts of Telangana, they are found to be industrially backward. 9 districts, they are Adilabad, Nizamabad, Karimnagar, Warangal, Medak, Mehboob Nagar, Rangareddy district, Nalgonda, and Khammam. So these found to be industrially, these districts are industrially backward. And then apart from that, the next, Western Ghat region, and adjacent region of Kerala, like Wayanad and all in Kerala. So these areas are found to be industrially wanting. I mean, industrially, they are not that much developed. So this was the findings of the Pandey committee based on the whatever the 6 variables which they have used. Okay. Now let us move on to what are all the various causes for industrial, the main part, causes for industrial backwardness in the country. Okay. Causes of industrial backwardness in India. So the first and foremost, the British rule policy. So British rule policy, I already explained to you. So the Britishers, they utilized our country for raw materials, isn't it? They utilized our country to export the raw materials at a cheaper rate. So the Britishers, basically what did they do? They utilized the natural resources of our country to export raw materials. For what purpose? To develop their own economy. To develop their own economy. So that is the main. So all our natural resources got exhausted. Okay. So due to this, what happened? Due to this continuous exhaustion of natural resources, India couldn't develop. So all our all those resources are mineral resources are required, isn't it? So even for the agricultural sector also, I mentioned to you the cotton textile industry. So we couldn't develop. All the raw cotton were exported to Britain. So India couldn't develop industrially. So the main ingredient for the development is the mineral resources. So that raw material itself is being exhausted. Okay. So India couldn't develop industrially. So either in the minerals or from the agricultural sector. So all those raw materials were used by the Britishers. And on the top of it, we are exhausting, we are using up all the raw materials in our country. Okay. Then the second is lack of mineral resources. One of the most important ingredient for the industrialization of a country is the requirement of mineral resources. Okay. So especially like mineral resources like oil and coal. Okay. The lack of mineral resources, especially oil and coal. Pair of short supply, due to which the industries could not develop. We can again highlight is oil and which are in short supply, which not even are in short supply. Okay. The main ingredient for the development of industries is the availability of mineral resources. So that because of the shortage of mineral shortage in the country, industries could not develop that much. And then the third cause was the most important, lack of capital. So why there is lack of capital? Due to low per capita income, which leads to low savings, which again leads to low investment. So industries require heavy investment, huge investment is required, not like agriculture. So industries require huge investment. So that again leading to poor industrial growth. So one thing acts upon another. So finally, everything is a cause and everything is a effect. So if the industries grow properly, automatically the income will be more, savings will be more, and the investment will be more. So it is other way around also. Okay. So that is another reason. Then the next reason is lack of credit facilities. So at least the banks and other financial institutions, they should be willing to lend loans at adequate loans to the industries. So that is also not a shortage of credit facility. The financial institutions were also not that developed to provide the proper required amount of credit to the institutions, to all these industries. Okay. So I mean, industries also, they need all types of credit: short-term credit, medium-term credit, long-term credit. So working capital requirement, fixed capital requirement, isn't it? They also need so many types of loans, so many types of credits are required by the industries, and that also to different varieties of industries. Small scale industry, they don't require that much amount of capital, but the large scale industry, they require huge amount of capital. So different varieties of industries are there, and different requirements of finances or credit are there for the each and every industry. So according to the needs of each and every industry, that kind of credit should be provided by the financial institutions. So those kind of credits are not forthcoming from the financial institutions. So that is again another reason. So the lack of credit facilities by the financial institutions or banks, according to the different needs of the different industries. So different like that I said, different industries in the sense that small scale industries required for different purpose, isn't it? Their requirement of credit is very less compared to the large scale industry. Then again, medium scale industry, their requirement is different. So according to the different needs of the different kinds of industries, the credit should be provided by the financial institution. So that kind of credit supply is not provided by the financial institutions. And the next one is the lack of foreign exchange. So industries, they require a modern technology. They require a latest technology, isn't it? So the latest technology you have to import from the foreign countries. So in order to import the latest technology from the foreign countries, we require the sufficient amount of foreign exchange. So this whatever the national income which we are having, whatever the capital formation which the country is having, what is happening, that capital formation is being used, or the national income of the country is being used only to satisfy the needs of growing population in the country, and also whatever the debts which India has borrowed from the other countries. So in order to repay all the external debts of the country, so the capital formation or the national income of the country is being used only for that purpose. So we are not able to get sufficient amount of foreign exchange to import the foreign technology. Okay. So the lack of foreign exchange to import the necessary modern technology is also another reason for backwardness of our industries. Our industries. Okay. And next is lack of technical experts. Lack of, first of all, we are not able to import the modern technology. And if we want to have the technical advice, expert advice from the, we have to invite the foreign technicians to foreign technical experts to our country, and we have to pay huge amount of remuneration to the foreign experts. So that is again which we are not able to do. So that is again another problem, and we don't have that much skilled personnel in our country. So whatever the remaining skilled personnel in our country, they are all going abroad. So they are not staying back in our country. So they are going abroad, and then in order to import the skilled personnel from from the other countries, again we have to pay the huge remuneration. So finally, what is happening? We neither have our own technical experts, nor we are able to import the technical experts from the other countries. Okay, so lack of technical experts due to lack of skilled personnel in India. So also, what we have to do, we have to pay a huge remuneration to the foreign technical experts, which is beyond the capacity of our industries, our economy. Coupled with the fact that the available Indian technical experts are moving abroad for huge returns. So we are losing brain drain. We are losing our own technical skilled personnel to the other countries, and we are not able to invite the foreign technical assistance because we are not able to pay the huge amount of remuneration to the foreign experts. Okay, then the next factor affecting is the very common one and very important one, lack of transport facility. Infrastructure is a must for the development of industries. So only wherever the infrastructure facilities are well developed, industries tend to concentrate only in those areas. But the transport facilities which we are having in our country is not according to the standard. Okay, so the available transport facilities especially roads and railways are not up to the mark for the development of industries. And next, lack of industrial research. So continuous research is required. Then only we will find out the new methods of production, new technology, innovation should keep on happening. Then only the modern, the latest technology should also always be updated. So if you are using the outdated technology, what will happen? The cost of production will keep on increasing. So other countries, they're all using, because of the continuous research, they are using all the modern methods of production. But because of lack of research in our country, we are not able to use the modern technology. We are not able to make any invention. So we are using the outdated techniques of production. So the cost of production will keep on increasing. Okay. So due to this, we have to, or we are forced to use outdated technology, leading to a rise in cost of production. So this is a continuous research is necessary to make any inventions or to update the technology to develop the industries, which is lacking in our country. Okay. So still some more points are there, which I'll continue with my next class. Okay. This is, of course, one of the important questions for your board exam. Okay. So if you find this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe. So until my next class, take care. Bye-bye.